Let's take a look at that red down in the corner there. I think it's a shrimp, but let's just double check.
We got somebody on the line?
Yeah, shrimp.
There's our Nematocarcinus.
You just wanted a quick zoom on that shrimp, right?
Yeah, we can move on. Thank you.
Well, it's a bit slim pickings today. There's been some interesting stuff, but we really got to turn rocks over and dig through the sediment to find anything, don't we?
Well, if it's one thing that I've learned from the last 2 weeks is that
quick zoom here video?
They all show up at the end.
Yes, it's true. That is it's a bamboo coral of some kind.
It's open. Got those really sort of Wolverine-like spines that...
oh, it does, yeah. And it looks internodal to me. Alrighty, thank you very much.
Come on out, video.
Okay, co-pilot, the ship should be coming
to
to
those
stop.
of you who are watching the video,
let's just go ahead and call in
dive
another
today.
ROV
At the end of this benthic portion of the dive, we are going to do another set of midwater transects.
Come again, co-pilot, I didn't hear that last part.
Repeat it again.
That'll sort of begin
So 3, 4, 5?
Almost immediately after the ROV leaves
Actually,
bottom.
340.
They'll start and move up into the water column
30
until
meters,
they get to
340 coming
800
up.
meters, and then they'll run lateral transects. So they have produced some really interesting, weird creatures in the middle of the water, so stay tuned for that.
That's going to be 30 meters range.
Yeah, there's some really terrific stuff in those pelagic transects.
Range
yeah, we got some special guests attending the midwater dive, water portion of the dive today, don't we?
Yes, that's right. My colleagues from the Smithsonian's National Museum of Natural History, Dr. Karen Osborne, as well as several members of her lab, will be in attendance watching and looking for interesting critters, which should be quite a good time.
I'm looking at another Chrysogorgia that's got another one of these Europtychid lobsters in it, or squat lobsters.
The sponge shows laying on to the right.
Okay, come on out.
Thank you.
ROV nav, move initiated.
Little stuck sponge by the lasers. We've seen these several times today already, the Caulophacus.
Looks like it's seen better days.
Yeah.
Trying to
And
find
this
something new.
like a dead sponge base there. Some other sparsely branched bamboos. Couple things in the distance, maybe.
We can go check it out, watch these.
We got one of these already. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can. We're looking for new. Shiny, with the warranty still intact.
I was going to say, new and shiny is usually just those sponge bases. There's a swimming worm over to the right.
Sure, come on in video.
Another one of these swimmer worms, I think. If that's indeed what they are. Oh, it looks beautiful.
That sure looks like an energetic swimming process.
Is that efficient?
Yeah, that's you were going right where I was going, pilot. A lot of effort, and is he really moving very far right now? I don't know.
Ooh, those are. Oh wait, maybe not. Okay. Well, no, I was hoping that maybe
you thought he was going to bomb us.
Yeah. There's some of these worms can drop little bioluminescent bombs, and I was kind of hoping they would. So we would be distracted by the glowing bombs and let it escape. That sort of thing.
Do you want to keep following it, or?
No, I think we're fine. I mean, if it hasn't done it by now, I don't think it will. Not that I'm all that familiar with it.
There's something head down in the water column coming at us in the upper right.
Let's see. Just out of my light pole and move back a little bit.
Is that a key?
Maybe it's keyed up now.
Or part
All
of
right.
one.
Come on in video.
Shrimp? Looking at.
It's a fragment of something, I think.
You think so?
It's out of our, yeah. Well, swim away. Okay. Well, whatever.
You keyed on that then.
There it is.
Come on out video, I don't even see it.
I'm full wide.
Thanks.
Just trying to create a trailer for the last part of today's
There's the worm
dive, the
again
midwater
down the
portion.
bottom.
I think I'll pass on it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Another primnoid coral, somewhere unbranched. We keep thinking things are going to erupt momentarily, kind of like the lava erupted from the seafloor. We're going to see biology erupt. And there's a minor eruption there on the side of that pillow lava, don't you think? We could take a look at that. It's got a lot of your
Brittle star
creatures on it.
Yeah.
There's a big bolosoma in the distance when you get down with that.
Yeah, that's a primnoid with... Oh, there's something to the right, pilot, that's right on the rock there. Oh, sea anemone. Okay, all right.
No interest in them?
Well...
Kind of hidden behind there.
Yeah.
So.
You can come around.
Oh, it's not a sea anemone.
I know, I was about to say it looks like a single polyp scarctinian. Okay, we have interest.
Ah, okay. Trying to find a good stable shot for you.
What? Clitorized sponge, I think.
Neat.
So work your way around.
So this is a
more.
cup coral.
Yeah.
This is...
I can rest my toe on this big rock.
Yeah, you got plenty of tether there.
This is so. Most people are familiar with sort of stony corals or proper corals in the shallow water habitats. Very few of those make it down
right
here, except for these. These are the single cup corals, and several of these can get quite deep. And in fact, although perhaps not always abundant, there's quite a few of these that live in deep water.
Yeah, and when we're done with that, pilot, there's something sort of in the background there. As you pull out, you'll see it. That looks really cool.
Copy that.
That is a gorgeous shot of a cup
RV nav
coral.
bridge would complete.
Copy bridge.
Could be, you see those little ridges along the calyx here? Well, that could be something in the genus Polymyces. It's a flabellid. Not positive.
There's something floating
I'm
right
going
here
to
on
check
this
my email
starboard
because I'm
rail
sure
cam.
Steve Cairns is
Copy that. Thanks.
yelling across the country to tell me to collect it. I'm not sure if I can.
That's going to be a little tough.
Yeah, I know. Oh well. Well, whenever you're ready, Chris, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you,
Video,
pilot.
whatever you need.
Splendid.
Let me know and we can go on out.
We're good.
So as we come out, if you look to the upper left,
Upper left.
and
Yeah,
right
the
there, see
rail
that
cam.
sort of cylindrical thing that's on the front face of the rock?
Oh, right in the back there?
That's right.
Okay.
I think it's cool at least, but I'm biased.
You mean the shrimp?
No, it's not a shrimp. You'll see. Matt
Okay.
actually pointed it out earlier on. Yeah, he
Okey-dokey.
was looking at a playback from.
Let's,
And even a snap zoom, I think, will.
okay. Let's do a snap zoom then video.
Oh,
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing?
Yep, that's it.
What's? Oh, that's weird. What's?
It's clatterized with all types of stuff all along its spines.
So just to be sure, this thing, this thing that looks like a
Whatever you call it.
a tuning fork. Thank you.
A tuning fork, yeah, that's good. That's it. It's just caught stuff on the spines somehow.
Interesting.
You were
But there's
talking
another
about.
one over there.
Yeah, there is another one over to the right.
That might be a little bit
I'm
easier.
trying to see how the light would allow you to see the spine sticking out of it.
Come on in video.
That's
Let's
interesting.
next zoom.
Copy.
So do you think that's the same kind of
Boy,
predatory sponge as the other ones?
I don't know. It could be a different kind. It's kind of funny they both have this. I mean, that's what I
Yeah.
think it is. I had a view when Matt was first pointing it out that you could see the spines coming off of it laterally.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, pilot.
Sure. Come on out.
Oh, you did? Okay, great. Thank you.
Did you want to see this to the left here?
Yeah, sure. What are we looking at? Just one of these unbranched bamboos. We could take a look at it. See how
A little sediment from when I was resting here.
Oh, it's got pretty long spines. It may be the same thing.
You know what's interesting, Chris? I think there's a squat lobster sitting in the background, the kind that we usually see in. Oh yeah, maybe it's waiting for its bamboo coral debut or something.
Did you ever look at that shiny object to the right of the coral?
Sure.
Did you copy that, pilot?
That's the one right back in the background here?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
it looks like a barnacle plate.
We don't have any more zoom to the video.
That's it.
Okay.
Barry, you know what that is? I
Running
don't.
A little short of time here.
Copy that. I'm going to have to move
No, it
shortly
looks
here.
like a
Watch these.
mollusk.
That's what I was sort of thinking. Is it possible it's got a gastropod?
I don't know. I mean, at first I thought it was a barnacle, but now I'm not so sure. Huh.
I got to get moving here.
Yeah,
Watch
sure.
these if
Thank you
we're-
very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
North. Northness.
Northbound. Bound and down.
The little squat lobster was another mutant lobster.
There'll be an operations meeting held in the forward lounge in 5 minutes. I repeat, operations meeting in the forward lounge in 5 minutes. And to Pacheco, please contact extension 204. And to Pacheco, 204.
Well, the animals are picking up, so this is a good sign. Look at this. We're getting some of the megafauna finally starting to show up, and we're at 2385 meters. You know, we are exploring this depth boundary, and there's that's a pleurogorgia on the right, and we imaged that earlier. I
Okay.
could do a snap zoom on it just to confirm.
That's right
but
here?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's pleurogorgia. It's a little different. It's like there are extra polyps on it or something, or is it just my eyes, Chris?
Go ahead, video.
Yeah. maybe not. You see what I mean? The main branches also have polyps in addition to the. I just trying to remember what they're looking.
I'm sorry. It's after a while, all these things look the same.
Yes.
And given the bias that I'm an echinoderm person and not a coral person, so I consider myself.
Do you want a closer look, or?
I think we're good. Thank you.
Okay. Come on up, video.
I suppose I am
Still
uncouth
still
loud
a little
in that
behind.
regard.
Gotta move.
Ooh,
What was that? Oh, he's coming in.
Yeah.
Oh well.
What was it?
A little jellyfish.
Uh-huh.
Interest here, watch lead, or have we seen these?
We saw those sponges. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. Here we go.
Ooh, fish. It's a fishy fish.
Oh yeah, look
Go
at
ahead,
this
video.
fish coming in, Bruce. Stand by. Oh, and
come
fish
back.
leaving, Bruce. You still got them.
Change directions on me.
Hold on just a second. Bruce stepped out for a second.
Okay, thank you.
Come on out, video.
There's a coral fin behind it. I wonder if that's another one of those coralliums. Probably a fish rammed right into it and took a piece of it out. Or so. I don't think fish do that.
That
But,
doesn't-
no, that's no, sorry.
Want a closer look at the fish?
We have another fish.
Same one.
Oh, same one. Hey,
It's
one
just
more. Yeah,
going all
that's.
over the place.
I think it's this Kumba thing. If
Yeah, it's
Really does not want to be seen.
yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Another one of the grenadiers, probably in the genus Kumba, Faminochoridae.
yeah, thank you, Bruce. All right, there's hope for this place. We are definitely seeing an increase in the number of animals that are starting to show up. Is there any increase in current, Pilot, that you've noticed?
Not noticeably, not yet. I mean, you can see it drifting by here, but it's been picking up at a pretty steady pace.
Yeah, we've got a fish in front of us, too.
Yep. Let's go ahead, video.
Yeah, that little white thing's moving like a fish with undulations of
look
its
at
tail.
this.
Not a polyp.
Bruce, look at this thing. Can we hang on
this?
this?
This is a liparid. This is a snailfish. It's an unusual observation, so good close-ups of this are nice. These snailfish, family Liparidae,
ROV nav
are
bridge.
one of the most widespread types of fish in the world. They're found in the intertidal
Yes,
zone
I'd
up
like to
north
go
in the
ahead
North
and
Pacific,
bring
in
the,
Alaska,
do a heading
Oregon,
shift
Washington,
5
Japan.
degrees to
And they're
starboard.
found in the Hadal trenches, the deep trenches
Go
of
ahead,
the world,
heading
down
shift
to
5 degrees to starboard.
8,200
That's
meters,
correct.
which is the
Thank you.
deepest confirmed record of a fish species. We've only seen 3 of these on all of the Okeanos Explorer dives. There was a dark-colored one in the Hawaiian Islands. It's probably Paraliparis hawaiiensis. This is not that species. And to my knowledge, this is the first record of this family from the Johnston Atoll area. And this is very likely an undescribed species. They don't have truly planktonic larvae. They are likely lay eggs on the bottom, and they hatch out at a fairly large size for fish.
Move the camera after
So
the video.
species
Okay.
often have fairly restricted ranges. It's a very interesting observation. A strange pale color with dark blotches all over the body. Very interesting. These species have their pelvic fins modified. Sometimes they're absent, and in those in which the pelvic fins are present, it's modified into a little suction cup, actually, so they can kind of stick to the bottom in some areas. We can't tell from this view if this is a species that lacks the pelvic fins or if it's a species that has them. It's got a very short, blunt snout, rounded head, a small mouth. Very interesting observation. This is really good video and very worthwhile because we have a new record of an entire fish family for the Johnston Atoll area.
Look now, Bruce. Look at the image now. This is incredible.
I got him now.
RV nav bridge heading.
Yeah, this is really good.
shift
I mean,
lead.
I don't know if we got any way to, with the lasers, to get a size estimate on this fish. It's up in the water column. That's
know.
a good observation as well, but it's swimming up in the water and not close to the bottom.
Wow. I have never seen that fish before. It's coming right at
Oh,
us.
he's coming. He's attacking.
I think
attacking.
I think
He's had it.
I think nobody on Earth has seen this fish before. I think those who are watching right now are getting the first glimpse of a species that nobody has ever seen. Certainly not alive before, and probably never ever. Looks like there might be an indication of the pelvic fin disc on the belly, but I can't really tell.
Great focus there, video.
Oh my goodness, that's the fish of the cruise right there.
You know, it's interesting. We just had a visitor in here a little while ago who was saying, "Well, have you seen anything that's totally new? Anything that's totally unexpected?" And I was saying, "Well, we're seeing a lot of the things that we've seen in other areas and all, and now the visitor's gone, and here it is. Here is something totally new and totally unexpected."
Well, thank you, pilot. You can spare his eyes a little bit here. We've been on him for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job,
you.
Andy.
Nice shots, pilot.
Thanks.
Wow, that was pretty darn exciting. Well, we just don't see very many brand new vertebrates like that. I mean, we see new corals and we see new sponges, but we don't
Cool
see
fish.
new fish very often.
Well, it's like I said, there was something unexpected waiting for us.
Yeah.
And there's still stuff unexpected waiting
Do a
for
quick
us.
zoom right here, video. I think it's
This
the,
beautiful corallium.
yeah. Okay, never mind.
And, oh, sea cucumber.
Not quite as exciting.
Well, this is like anticlimax right here. Go ahead, Chris. Tell us about the sea cuc.
Sure, there's the intestine. It's going to poop soon. Like, hard to follow that out.
Come
Co-pilot, let me know when you're ready for a move.
We're ready. Let's
Okay,
get out
let's
of here.
go. Let's get moving.
I think the only thing that would have made it worse is if it had actually pooped.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here before it's the fan.
Yep.
Still,
Oh, let's go. Let's see here. I think due north is fine here.
copy. 30 meters due
Wow,
north.
look at these huge boulders, and look at that huge pillow flow over there to the right.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got a Arthur. Is that just a sponge?
Right ahead here?
This is Bridge. Go ahead.
Or behind edge past it?
I mean, this,
Well, so on the top of the boulder for sure, but can we look at this orange thing that's on the side?
The one that's coming up.
Range
the
30
Yeah,
meters.
not
Bearing
quite. Is it a
0,
starfish
0,
on a
0
coral?
degrees.
Yeah, I can't-
Speed 0.
Yes.
Decimal 2.
Lots of
Yeah.
Coming up.
stars.
Oh, it's a brittle star. Okay, are these all sponges bristling from the top of this thing?
So do you still want to zoom in on this one first?
Yeah, just to
Okay,
make
go ahead,
sure.
video.
I think it's a brittle star, but just let's make sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a brittle star on a primnoid.
and it's a Norellus. See, all the polyps are closed.
Ready to tilt up?
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, I wonder if we can just get a view of this amazing scene on the top of this boulder.
Yeah, it should be a good.
ROV nav.
Oh, look
moving
at that. Of these carnivorous sponges.
Let's go ahead.
Look at
Video?
that too.
Or they
There's
wanna come
also
back?
the frondulus, those rhizoan things.
Is that what it was?
I think
Oh,
that's
you're
what,
right. It is.
Yeah. Wow, that's like a. It's like the scene from some Roman movie, except instead of spears, they're all carnivorous sponges.
Dead center, a couple
of
Oh, now you can see.
Couple of them feeding.
Well, you see, these don't have that sediment on them. That's the
Yeah.
thing. I don't know what was going on with that
Yeah.
other one.
There's some amphipods or something caught on the.
Yeah, Megan's still on, so we're getting a good side view of this weird.
Yeah. Are we at max zoom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can try to move closer if we need. I'll
Yeah.
try to
You know,
get good
could you?
lighting.
Yeah, could you please? Because we're at
Yep,
a
let's
really
go
good
Yeah.
angle
So,
for one
video,
of these.
I'm gonna move in.
So to those on shore who are interested, we're going to try and move in and take a look at this really dense community of carnivorous sponges. Sponges which are, in most cases, suspension feeders, passive filter feeders.
Big sponge
in this
inside
case,
the crevice.
they're actually carnivorous. They eat animals like little crustaceans.
And something's in that crack too afterward. I have no idea. It's like a giant squished anemone or something. But anyway,
it's a
let's.
sponge, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a sponge, but there's a weird look to it. Let's see our bryozoan-like thing first.
Let's go ahead and video.
Yeah, you're right. It is a sponge. The other thing, but now what are we looking at? Okay.
Some snails.
Yeah.
Interesting. They're not, and they're actually on the sponges.
So after this, if you can pan right, this bryozoan-like thing is dead, and the other one is alive, I think.
Okay.
Or it looks deader. Just that one right there.
Yeah, Megan comments that this one looks more regularly branching than the ones we saw earlier.
Yeah. Okay, now we're getting a good view of both colonies.
Yeah. So, Megan, we're seeing a whole bunch of fuzzy white things coming off of the bryozoans.
Right.
Are those the lophophores? Can you see that?
It's just so tiny. It's a totally bizarre view.
Yeah.
This whole scene.
I mean, you can see all of the debris that's kind of caught on the spines.
Yeah. This shot has got to make it into the dive summary tonight.
Megan confirms if we were to zoom in any further, but even from here you can see there are kind of white fuzzy structures coming off of each of the branching points on those bryozoans. And these are what's called lophophores. They're filter feeding structures. They're spiral filter feeding structures that they use to process water for food. And thank you, Megan, for that detail about their anatomy.
Would you like to see the sponge inside the crevice?
Yeah, please, if we could take a look. It's definitely something we haven't recorded today.
Okay.
Take a crack at it.
Boy, what a place to settle out. Jeez.
Thanks, Dave.
You talking about the sponges or us?
No, the sponge inside right there. Look at this.
Ah.
That's kind of a weird place to settle.
I would not have chose that.
So that is indeed a sponge. It's a glass sponge. And yeah, it's a glass sponge. And I think it's a glass sponge.
It looks kind of like a
Glass,
dinner plate.
Glassy. Okay, we've got a solid ID on this.
It's in a glass by itself.
That's beautiful, beautiful image. It's a hard glass sponge, I could say that, maybe. So, yeah, thank you very much, Pilot. Appreciate it.
In a hard place here. Right, coming out.
Just showing some of the structure underneath.
Sure. What would you like me to frame up? Just let me know.
Is that a second one tucked inside of the dead one?
Underneath here?
Yeah.
We got a little bit of time. I can find out.
The browner part of it
Go
is dead down below. He's looking at the... That's
no,
what
I think it's
happens
the
when
same
sponges
part.
die.
It's just
And
Just
then the
hasn't
white
died
part
yet.
is the
yeah,
live
it's just
part.
hanging in there.
Yeah. Clinging to life.
So
Could be
here's a
some
question.
weird farreid
Well, let's
or
frame
a
it up video
ureid.
however you like.
But if you were to grab it with your hand, it'd be
That's
very
okay.
brittle. Like a
You're right.
cracker or something, a really thin cracker, potato chip more like
Are
it.
there any loose rocks on the top of this boulder?
Not that I saw coming in.
ROV nav move complete.
Absolutely not.
Too bad.
Copy
bridge.
bryozoan is what you're thinking, right?
Yeah, well, Megan was hoping, and I certainly understand
What
wanting
keeps
to
the
see something
living
like
part
that.
white, and why does the dead part turn brown?
So, co-pilot asked the question, why is the dead part brown and the living part white? And I think it's because the sponge tissue can keep the live part free of sediment, and when it dies, it can't do that anymore, and it starts accumulating sediment and junk, and other things start growing on it, and it turns brown as a result.
Thank you.
Oh, look at those! Yeah, we could get a zoom of that. Look at these things.
I can come back in.
Just one more look, because there's such a curious animal that's puzzled us for 3 years.
Yeah, Megan says again, chylostome bryozoans. So.
Okay. I just wonder how big these things are.
You can sweep lasers across them. I don't know.
There we go.
That'll help.
Yeah, you won't see them. Oh, they're right at the bottom of this.
Yeah.
That's
Coming out video.
Yep.
Let's try to get them on it. I'll try to put lasers across here.
Is there any possibility that of collecting these things? Is there any way, even with the dustpan or something, where you could kind of scoop up along that edge and maybe grab a few in the dustpan? Or
let me talk with my co-pilot here. Maybe.
He doesn't have the headset on.
Yes, I know. Thanks.
Because these are some of the bigger ones that I think I've ever seen right on the edge of this wall. If we ever have a chance of grabbing one of these, now's the time.
Well,
I don't know. Let's put it out to the group.
I still wonder if there might be a rock someplace. But
Just zoom out while we're talking video.
But those are good size, though.
Yeah.
It's a little tight in there with the boulders, but... And, of course, it's on the wrong side of the rock. It's true.
Bridge, this is nav.
It's the bridge. Go ahead.
Stand by, please.
Yo, can we do another zoom? Video. Go ahead. One of these guys, Dan. It's tricky, right? Very, very tricky.
We can try it. I think. Are those coral stalks or what are they?
Well, it's kind of a weird angle, Dan, too, and I'm just wondering. Chris was thinking we could hold out and see one on a rock, and then that's small enough we could put it in the bio box.
It seems like they're starting to pop up here now, so there might be some ahead.
It's up to you. I mean,
no, you know what? Let's go with that because it's at a bad angle. Yeah. All right. Thank you. We'll definitely keep our eyes out for these.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be able to get that with the scoop, but
right,
might be able to cradle it in the jaws, but that would be a difficult one, and it depends on how brittle they are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's skip it. I got a little excited there.
Okay, watch this.
That's
We're just
okay.
gonna do a quick pilot change as well right now.
Yeah, you good, Don.
Right, we're gonna pause for a moment. We're doing a front row change.
I am going to wish for a starfish to be
So the
eating
ship
those on
ship
a rock.
is stopped right Fernando.
Oh.
We're going to get all
Okay.
three.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Perfect.
You should still be swinging, though.
Okay.
Well, we're seeing some weird stuff today while they're changing out.
Yes, and this is the kind of thing that I like, albeit weird stuff at a faster clip.
Yeah.
But see, I bet that if we turned it around and looked at them from the other side, there might be a stone or something with covering.
Yeah.
That's fine. Something will come up.
Yeah, something will come up. And look at this. The community is definitely picking up, so this is good. This is terrific. And, of course, as you mentioned, toward the end of the dive, we still have time today, but still the latter third of the dive, I would say.
Well, I mean, of course, it's part of that is just because of the way that the dives are structured, and that we had upslope and get to that peak. But I also just think there's a certain funny
Good driving.
All right, Don.
dynamic to it.
We got to get you up and moving here.
You know, we all the really unusual things just kind of pop up right at the end, like the end of a good movie. So
yeah.
All right, Don. For your first move here, why don't you pick up a little bit, come up in altitude, and push forward?
Well,
yeah.
I'll have to see your still photographs later in your video because I have to sign off. So happy hunting. Bye.
Thank you, Mary. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Mary.
Yeah, I'd punch it up and punch it forward.
Hi, Chris and Chris. We have Scout Troop 326 here in our ECC right now. We're going to see if they have some questions for you if you have time.
We sure do. Ask them. Tell them to ask away.
So they were wondering what type of fish do you think it was that just passed by a few minutes ago?
Well, Chris, you could handle that one, right? No, I'm just joking, because it wasn't a starfish, was it? So
no, they're not fish.
That was a really weird fish, and this is the one that you were commenting on, Bruce. Is that correct?
Is that a sea star down there? Oh, it's a brittle star. Sorry.
Yes, it was, but I'm going to let you answer the question because you're on the ship.
Okay, so to be quite frank, I have never seen that fish before in my life, and I've been doing a lot of this deep sea work before. So if this scout troop saw that fish, you were really treated. You were seeing probably a new species for the very first time. So it is a snail fish, and we can go as far as family. And that scientific name of the family is Liparity.
Yeah, I mean, ship's stationary, Sirius is pretty much settled out. A little more comfortable now, yeah. Yep. And Dave, when you get a chance, would you mind ranging in D2 sonar to 30 meters?
Yep. Pilot, could we, we have if we could take a look at the sponge straight ahead, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, that's okay, so I don't know if I answered the question. Sorry, I just saw a different sponge and I get distracted by sponges. But go ahead, Bruce, if they have some more questions.
And co-pilot, I could ask science, but I take it our transects are the standard.
Yes.
876543.
876543, yes.
Great.
Yep. So what's our, do you have a
Would
rough
like to know if you found any more unknown fish.
Well, today Bruce was out, but we did see a very unusual fish earlier on, and it could be something in the genus Porogatus, which we don't see very often, and it's a cusk eel, and it's just kind of a weird elongate fish, and I don't know much about them, but while you're there, maybe Bruce could tell you a little bit more about that group. The sponge that we're looking at is very strange. It's a glass sponge. And this is a hard one, probably in the family Phoriidae, is my best guess, or it's in the family Eurydidae. And for your Cub Scouts there, these are beautiful. These are animals, and they're beautiful animals that live only in deep water. You'll never see it snorkeling in Hinoma Bay there on Oahu. You're only going to see it here in deep water. Very fragile, and they filter feed. Like corals, they just get little things out of the water column as the water passes over them. So did that answer that question, Bruce?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we can look at the black coral over to the right at your convenience. Thank you.
Right. No, it's right there, up. Yeah.
So another question is, how far do you go every day? How far do you travel on each dive?
It all depends upon what we see. If we see a lot of really interesting things, we go a little slower. And if we see not so many interesting things, we go a little faster. So it can vary anywhere between about, say, 400 to 800 meters, or almost like 10 football fields in a day.
Hey, Chris, do you mind if we do a quick introduction in the front row?
So,
Chris, do you mind if we do a quick introduction in the first row?
I think that's a swell idea, Chris, don't you?
You know, Bruce, we want to do some pilot introductions. And pilots, we've got a Cub Scout troop that's visiting the Inouye Center ECC right now. Would love to know who you are.
Great, yeah. Well, my name is Dan Rogers, and I'm sitting in the co-pilot seat and helping to control the secondary vehicle we call the camera platform, which is on feed number 2, if you're able to see that. And that's what gives us our what we call a third-person perspective of D2 as it's sitting on the bottom. In the pilot seat right now, we've got Don Liberatore, very experienced ROV and manned submersible pilot, and he's right now focusing on the coral that you see in feed number 1. We got Dave Casagrande as our navigator right now, and he's coordinating with the ROV pilots to make ship moves to move us along the bottom of the ocean. And we've got Bob Knott in the video seat, who's controlling the zoom, focus, colors, iris, and all the camera controls on the main camera on D2 to help make those images look as nice as possible. And we've got Emily Nero in the highlight editing chair, clipping chair. She's saving all of the great clips that we see today, and she'll be making a nice highlight video later on. And we're all with the Global Foundation for Ocean Exploration. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
So co-pilot, I calculated 15:05.
Yes, it is.
Which agrees with a transect calculator. That's 27 minutes from now. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, that does.
You know, Bruce, if your Cub Scouts had any engineering question, I'll bet the pilots would be very interested to answer any questions about the vehicle or technology.
This is 30 meters, 5 minutes of setup, 30 meters per minute to 800 meters, 6 transects at 10 minutes each plus 3 minutes per transect, ascending at 10 meters per minute, 5 minutes of setup, and then to the surface at 30.
Okay. Sounds
we
great.
are currently at 2,372
yeah, I don't have
meters below the
an
surface
overall buffer, but I have a couple
of the
places
ocean.
where I've built in some time.
That's pretty deep.
That sounded pretty nice.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff on the boulder. Maybe we could take a look, see if we got anything new.
Watch lead nav.
Roger, nav, go ahead.
Hi, we have calculated our off-bottom time. It's going to be 15:05 today, 26 minutes from now.
26 minutes. Okay. Yeah. We've seen it, and just the snap zoom on the top of the boulder. These are all primnoids, I think, but we could confirm that. 26 minutes to find a bryozoan with a little rock with a bryozoan on it. That's going to be a tough one. But we'll try. Yeah, I think we could skip the corals. That's pretty good right now. Thank you. These are all probably Norella or Calyptrophora. Okay,
we're still seeing these bryozoans. That's a good sign. There's a bunch of them on the underside of that rock. Oh, there's a bunch of them on the side of the rock, too.
Yeah, it's the wrong side of the rock, though, each time.
Yeah.
And the animals are picking up.
Oh, on the left, up in the corner. I think those are big fronds. Sorry. All the way to the extreme corner of your screen, to the left. Upper left. Above the lasers. Yeah. Do you see them?
Coming up with
there.
Yeah, but you see all these white fronds? Isn't that the same? That's the bryozoan, right?
It could be.
Can we zoom in at your convenience?
Yeah, and everything's stationary down, so I'm going to turn my head to port.
Are these all coralliids, or what the heck is the Gorgonian, too?
Are they, or are they bryozoans?
No, I mean, you talking about this? Yeah. Yeah, these are... Oh, these are sponges, though. These are Stellodorics.
Oh.
This is a great... Chris is he's a magnet for sponges.
Great. I'm looking for bryozoans.
Oh man, thank you so much, Chris, for that. So these
I'm
are.
just going home. I'm just going home right now. I'm going to get out and go swim home.
So these are a very weird branch sponge in the demasponge group, and this is great. First time we've seen these today, and they are. No, good. We've seen them. We've collected them before. It was just noting them and recording them for the first time today. It was fabulous. Yeah. They've assumed a morphology similar to that of coral, so they can really fool you.
Yeah, but see, there's more of these bryozoans right around the...
Yeah.
But nothing quite as
good heave today.
rock.
Right.
Yeah, I was seeing up to,
There's that,
well, I guess
I don't know, it's
you
all
consider plus or minus 4, but a range of 8 meters.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good question. I didn't see any.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I just backed it. No, that was like that. I backed it out a little bit so it wouldn't hit the shilling, but I think it's in a safe position.
Stellodorix we've seen in Johnston. We saw it in 2015 in this monument in a different location.
Well, it looks like.
And they all kind of like the hug edges of ledges and boulders and things, and that's exactly what was going on there.
Yeah. Well, should we get a little move in that way then?
Yeah, the things we're looking for.
Yeah, we could do that. Is that...
Yeah, that's what I was... my thoughts
350
exactly, Don.
or more due north?
Might see one.
Yeah, let's just do due north. That's
due north, all right. And
let's just do like 20 meters
20,
for now.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure, I'm coming down a little bit.
Bridge, nav.
This is the bridge. Go ahead.
We'd like ship move, please. 20 meters, bearing 000, speed 0.2 knots.
Looks like the tether's floating over those boulders behind you, which is good.
Range.
It's almost like we're in a little bowl. You see the
000,
rocks in the
speed
background there?
0.2.
Good copy.
Coming up.
Okay, I'm lined up on north. I'm going to come down just a little bit, give you a little more
Well,
tether.
maybe not. That's an optical illusion.
Might take 3 to 5 minutes
if
to
that's
feel
the
that
case,
ship
then
move.
maybe something around the edge.
Those bryozoans seem to need some flow because they're all along the edge with everything else.
Is there a way to turn around and look at the sort of edge from the other side?
ROV nav, move initiated.
Thank you, Rich.
Well, I was I'm not sure if that's sort of a tactically good move, but is that safe?
Yeah, I wouldn't go too much further down.
Then, no, that's fine.
There's an anemone on a rock down there, so there's hope. How about pilot to the upper left third? There's something wispy and branching, maybe on a rock. It's coming around. It's just to the left of that bouldery thing in the background. You see that single stalk sticking up? Yeah, and then right next to it to the right.
How much further? I don't see what they're talking about here, Don.
Where are you seeing that, Matt?
I think I don't think you're. Yeah, you're not going to get there much further here.
Is this an optical illusion?
You can do a quick snap.
Yeah, maybe wishful thinking.
There it is.
It
That's
was
the
wishful
stalk.
thinking, pilot, I think. Yeah, it's not what I thought it was. Sorry. Yeah, straining so hard to find one of these that we're making it up.
I think if you want to, just kind of turn your head to starboard and mosey on that way. Yeah, you're pulling me down. You gotta come back a little bit and I would just turn 90 degrees and kind of drive forward and do a little zigzag in here. Yeah, and I would lateral the starboard a bit. If you need to come up, you can. Yeah. Yeah, see, hitting the slope there.
They're almost impossible to see from a distance. Well, there's an interest. Well, it's probably a very old Caulophacus, but wow, look at the size of this thing. Is this the same boulder we came by,
Yeah.
just the opposite side?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That's a vase sponge in the background there. That's a new one, Corbitellinae new genus. Glass sponge, euplectellid.
Oh wow.
You want me to pull it in?
These yellow
Certainly
things
do
on
that.
the surface of
Sure.
of that boulder too. That surface of that rock's like a treasure trove.
Yeah.
Are these zoanthids?
There you go. Not all the way in, but
ROV
Can we do a
nav.
zoom on those
move
yellow
completed.
things?
Thank you, Bridge.
Thank you.
They're still iniferent. No. Zoanthids, you're right, I think.
Yeah. Wow. Just wish you could just grab a whole scoop of that and an apocopherin? Wow. There's all sorts of stuff on there.
Yeah. Including the sought-after bryozoans, but
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Did I see a sea star on there? Over to the right? I thought it might have been.
And then,
Yeah.
no, up ahead and to the upper right corner, maybe one. Right where below those ophies. Or is that just the base?
I think I might have just been I think I saw one of the ophiuroids on those corals.
Pilot, could we look at these fans that are just right there above the ledge, that darkened part of the boulder? They could be large colonies of what we're after. And they might actually be grabbable. Yeah, so, and then to the left of the lasers, right now, and up, right there. Right there, to the right of the lasers. And there even something over there hanging vertically.
Yeah, that one in that
are these?
little.
Is this them?
am I pulling you a little bit, or I can come down a little bit? Just getting a lot of heaves, so I'm trying to
I
play
think
it
it might
safe
be.
here.
Either,
Could do a snap zoom before.
I'll come down a little, Don. I'll help you out.
yeah, it's on it's sitting. The shrimp was sitting on it.
Yeah,
That's what you're thinking of.
Well,
right?
there's a set of them that
Yeah.
may be lining this edge here that might present a collection possibility. Maybe we could get a snap zoom just to confirm that's what we were after anyway. Yeah, and then to the left, it sure looks like it's them. Yeah, to the left a little bit more, if possible. So, Don, are any of those, do you think, are any possibility of, I know the current's buffeting you around a little bit.
think I'm moving much more, so we're pretty stable here.
We finished moving about 3 minutes ago. You might move a little more.
Okay.
If you do go for some of these, everything on port side is available.
Clatterized forest. I just haven't seen this scene before.
Well, it started out so small. That's the other part of it that's interesting.
Yeah.
When we saw them earlier in the dive, they were all wispy things.
Yeah, wispy.
And now they're just like big grassy fronds.
You mean the bryozoans? I was also the clatterized.
The clatterized.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is definitely a different little community that we've encountered. Yeah, that'd be them. These branching things.
So the branching things, the white branching things, not the single stalks, but the
No.
multi-stalk ones.
Correct, the most abundant, the multi-stalk sort of frond-like things. Yep, that's it. Yeah, well, I think it's worth a try. We've never seen any this big before, so we have a chance.
Don, I think you'll have to try to grab it and come up.
It may not work, but it's worth a try.
To get the box open, yeah. So, and you know about the trick where you
the last 10 minutes of
come
the
up a
dive and we
bit,
actually
put it in
get
auto
them.
depth,
Even if we don't,
and
we're
then
getting beautiful images.
knock your set point up a little bit and help push
was
water
really
into
kind
the
of
box.
hoping to spend more time just looking through some of them.
Right.
Okay. Sure. I think it'd be good. It helps if you go ahead and lock in auto heading as well. And that just in case you start to slip down slope.
I think these are going to be really delicate, or are they going to be flexible, or what do you think? Do you think we're going to get here?
Let's ask Megan. So, Megan, how are these physically? Are they kind of fragile or lacy?
And port bio box, is that right?
Yep, port both are available.
I mean, other
Sirius
bryozoans
looks
that
stable
I've
now.
handled in the past tend to be sort of lacy and delicate, but it's entirely possible they could be really durable. Yeah.
Sure. Let me just take a look at your tether here.
She thinks they'll be fairly
Get eyes
flexible.
on the tether. And
Oh, good.
pump
Well,
it
that
up.
would help.
Okay. Take your mini Zeus. You want me to take your Zeus as well? Nav, if you can help me keep an eye on Sirius sonar and the view while I'm looking at the sampling stuff here.
I can't really see your main very well, but I can watch your tail
Okay,
cam.
here we go. The moment of
that's
truth
great.
coming up.
It's more like if Sirius starts to drift really far off in one
Yep.
direction or another. So you're going for that one there. Oh, you're hitting your finger on the top there.
These are tiny.
They break
so
off
they're
easy.
A little tough. Oh, yeah, that might work like that.
But the scoop worked, Dan.
Sorry, Bob?
Scoop.
Maybe. Scoop might be tough because it tends to fan things away as you...
Yeah.
I think you can get it with the jaws here.